All right, my friends, let's get into this. The Sabbat in the Chicago area is relegated to Garrison, Indiana, a small town that has fallen on dire times of late. The town itself, of course, was never much to speak of, but recently it's become abandoned. We are in 2024. So for those of you keeping track, the Lights game that we're playing on Fridays takes place in 2018. Just so you know, that game takes place in 2018. Tonight we are in 2024, so we are contemporary times. There has been a pandemic. The pandemic was especially hard on Kindred, the poor Kindred, because in the world of darkness, during the pandemic, people had hard curfews. The military was called in to install military law, and the Kindred had no one to feed on. And so that was difficult for the Camarilla, but they found ways to help each other out by pooling resources and so on and so forth. But in a Sabbat town like Gary, or Garrison as it's called in this world, things were much dire. They created what they called a blood bank, but they did this by kidnapping people off the streets and holding them in an old abandoned prison nearby. And now that the pandemic is over, this has had a tremendous effect on the population. The city basically at night is deserted. People do not go out. The way to think about Garrison in the world of darkness right now is very much like a hamlet in the dark ages when people were just fearing, monsters at night and so on and so forth, and not venture. As soon as the sun fell, you didn't venture out at night. So it's a strange place where vampires live outside at night kind of freely, but there's almost no one around. So it's this kind of deserted, rust-filled hellscape that they live in. The other impact of all of this is that, as with most of us, the pandemic in the case of the vampires has had a very detrimental effect, especially on the Sabbat, who have kind of fallen off the wagon a little bit, with most of them having spent so long now in Garrison, many of them forming attachments, kind of putting roots down, opening bars, etc., etc. A lot of them have kind of lost that frenzy bloodlust that a lot of the Sabbat have, that need to constantly fight a war with the Camarilla and so on and so forth. So they've become a little bit complacent. And that is the world that you're venturing in tonight, Carter. As you arrived in town very, very late last night, you were called here by your patron, Cardinal Santiago, who is in Detroit, from your mission where you'd been for about a year in Philadelphia. You were called into Garrison and told that you would have instructions waiting for you here. The next night, after spending most of the night in an abandoned building in the downtown core of Garrison, you find yourself standing on the rooftop with your good old buddy Birdsong, your Gangrel, also Gangrel anti-tribute like you, also, and a member of your pack for a long time. There's an eerie stillness that hangs heavy in the air. The long ago bustling streets below you now lie deserted, devoid of the vitality that once defined them. The only sign of movement comes from the neon signs flickering intermittently and cast disjointed shadows on the cracked sidewalks below. The skyline, once a beacon of industrial might, now looms ominously into darkness, its towering structures mere silhouettes against the backdrop of a starless sky, the echoes of distant sirens cutting through the still. You can sort of imagine it like almost like the silhouette of a castle in an old Hammer film, up in the distance. Abandoned buildings, their windows shattered and boarded up, stand as solemn monuments to decay. Graffiti adorns their crumbling facades, overgrown lawns and trash, a testament to the pervasive sense of abandonment that permeates the urban landscape. The streets themselves are patchwork of potholes and debris, with rusted out cars littering the roadside like corpses in a street war. In the distance, the occasional flicker of a distant fire illuminates the night sky, casting eerie orange glow that seems to pulse with a life of its own. This is a place that is severed from its former glory of the industrial days, severed from meaning and function, severed from light. It's rusted, crumbling, dead. But not all things that are severed from what they used to be fall apart. Others become something much worse. Can't believe we're back in this shithole, boss.
Well, it was bound to happen one way or another. I mean, it looks as though things have changed quite a bit since the last time we were here, and I can't say I'm inclined to enjoy it.
Kind of figured the next time they sent us here would be to fucking put a fire to this place and take it out of its fucking misery.
Oh, we're gonna put a fire in someone's fucking ass, that's for damn sure.
Any idea what we're supposed to do, though? Or we're just gonna fucking hang around with our thumbs up our asses until the Cardinal decides to send us a fucking pigeon carrier?
Well, might go drop in on a few friends. Just the two of us ain't gonna cut it, that's for damn sure.
Well, Vorana should be stirring. You want me to go and check on her, or?
Yeah, get him up.
All right. Hold on, boss. What the fuck is that? And as he stands, you see he's looking over your shoulder. You turn around. Behind you, coming out of the shadows, is a very slight man wearing a hoodie, dark pants, and a white featureless mask.
And who the fuck are you?
He goes like this. And you see a mark on his hand, a black hand.
Great. Well, what can I do for you this evening?
My name's Ligature.
Cute.
If I took off this mask, you wouldn't believe so.
Well, I mean, I ain't one to judge. What do you want?
Bring you word from the Cardinal.
Go on.
You're a very impatient man.
You know, shit to do on a regular.
I would think that someone who's been waiting for an invitation to join the Black Hand would be someone with a bit more character.
Oh, I got ass loads of character. Don't you worry about that. But what I don't have time for is playing fuck games. You need somebody killed? I'm your man. You need someone fucked up? That one.
If we needed somebody killed, we'd handle it ourselves.
Fair enough. What do you want?
He comes over, slips you a piece of paper. Here's an address on it. The Cardinal would like you to go to this address tomorrow at midnight to meet someone who will direct you to your next objective. But in the meantime, he suggests that you gather together a small pack. He has specific suggestions as to who he would like to see form this pack. If you turn the paper over, you'll see a list of names. On the back, you see 3 names: Lydia, Archie, Francis. The Cardinal feels that some of the kindred in Garrison have become a little too complacent, mired. He thinks a little wake-up call might be in order. The times that we've been waiting for are soon upon us. And he believes it's time for the Sabbat to start sharpening their knives again and to stop acting like fucking lackeys. He believes you're the man for the job. Whatever this job is, it may just be the ticket you've been waiting for, Carter. The Black Hand is watching very closely on this night. I would advise you comport yourself in a way that will please us.
Right. Keep the body count high and drain them all dry. Got it. I'll go dig that bitch up. No problem. I don't know about these other two, though.
You'll find them at the same address as your former friend.
Oh, what are they, living in a fucking commune? What is this bullshit?
I think you'll find that Lydia and her friends have lost a little bit of that edge and drive that makes the Sabbat. You're going to find them, well, playing house, as it were.
Oh.
Now, that's not going to anger you too much, is it?
Nah, that's all right. You know, you sometimes with these young kids, you just got to take their toys away from time to time, and then they'll start behaving if you catch them adrift.
And that, Carter, is why we chose you for this.
You chose me because you need an asshole, and I am most certainly one.
You'll get no argument from me. Turns around, he walks off, steps into the shadows, disappears. Birdsong's like I'm a fucking vampire in the Sabbat, and you'd think that I wouldn't fucking get creeped out, but that guy, I don't know, fucking creepy.
Listen, there's one thing you should know. He's gonna act creepy. Why? Because he's an elder. And what do we do with elders? Eat them. Let's go.
I think maybe he heard you. Are you sure?
I don't give a good goddamn. The longest.
It's called ligature, man. He's just gonna tie you up like you're a fucking cow at a fucking rodeo.
I mean, happy birthday. I don't know what you want.
All right, where are we gonna find these people?
Oh, I'm sure we'll find them over at the Talon.
We what's the approach here?
Well,
go in, smack them around, set fire to the place.
Oh, no. I have no doubt that upon Lydia feasting her eyes on this immaculate form, we will get the response desired. We go way back. Don't you worry about it.
She's into overstuffed sausages, is what you're saying.
Now listen here, you little shit. All right?
I'm just saying,
Listen, you know what? And, look at you, buck-10 soaking wet in combat boots. But what do you want?
I'm just saying, if this is the Lydia that you told me about,
yeah,
I have a fucking feeling the Black Hand's gonna need somebody else, because you're gonna be fucking dead.
Nah, not a chance.
You gonna charm your way out of this one?
She can't resist this. It's all good. Even the undead still get the blood pumping. All right, go get the other one. We gotta go.
Right. So he disappears, heads downstairs. You're alone on the rooftop. What are you thinking?
This is gonna fucking suck. Carter's very much in that moment. He's drawing in on the parting ways that he and Lydia had, and while he doesn't regret decisions that he made, he does regret the manner in which he may have executed them, so to speak. He is not necessarily looking forward to this particular interaction with Lydia, but he's also cocky and confident enough to know that, just button up the shirt, hide the mustard stain, and she can't resist me.
Who could? If
Exactly.
Cain shows up, you can just be like,
listen, I may be getting long in the tooth and the night might be getting longer, but I'll tell you what, Old man still got it.
And on that note, Lydia, tell us a little bit about your bar. What's it called? What's it look like? What's the setup there? As the camera comes in over the town, arrives at the ground level and approaches the bar and then slips in through the door and moves around. What would people see?
The door is an unmarked black door down an alleyway. And as the camera pans through, you see it opens up into a long, narrow hallway that looks as though nothing should exist here. It's got terrible red carpeting. And as you continue along, there's just one red velvet rope that opens out. And as you get closer, you're starting to hear the pulsing sounds of bass, massive subwoofers. We truly spared no expense.
No expense. And if one were to know the trick to get by the guard, by that innocuous green door in the back, what would one find down there?
That is the door that leads to the cellar, which is a private members-only club for those who have different tastes.
Peculiar tastes.
Mm-hmm. You could find anything you want in the cellar.
Well, right now in the cellar, which is quiet and dark, as the camera travels deeper into it, we start hearing a woman's moans. They're low and very animalistic. There's certainly something happening to this woman. The sounds that she's making that reverberate through this empty hall, this empty sex club, are obviously some sounds of deep, deep, all-encompassing, body-shuddering pleasure. And as the camera pushes in to the office, we see this woman, a redhead, young, with her legs open, lying on the desk, someone between her legs, giving her all the pleasure. And as this beautiful young woman reaches down and runs her fingers through the hair of the person currently busy between their legs, and gasps and moans and gives that final little utterance of pleasure. What do you do?
I lift my head up and wipe a dribble of blood away from my chin and go, "How you doing, baby girl?"
I'm doing fine, sire, I think. I'm a little lightheaded.
It's okay, sweetie. I'm so proud of you.
She just sort of crumbles on the desk, and the wound in the femoral artery in the thigh where you were drinking is just bleeding freely, and you watch all of this beautiful, dark, red liquid just spill out of her thigh. You've been drinking. You're almost satiated, but still the sight of that is just inflaming. You feel the beast inside of you yearning, wanting more, demanding more. You feel it just making you want to dig your teeth back in there and drink until she's a dried husk. Would you give me a conviction roll, please?
Yes.
Let's see if you kill this one or not.
Oh no. What am I rolling? How many?
So roll a number of d10s equal to your conviction.
Number of d10s equal to my conviction. Hello, everybody. I'm new to this. Okay, so I've got 4. So let's see here. D10s. Got it.
You're looking for a 6.
A 6 or above, or exactly a 6?
6 or above.
Okay, I got 3 successes.
All right. 666. Nice. The devil is in the house tonight. You feel the beast demand that you bite into her thigh once more and finish drinking her. But You are a follower of the path of the Dark Creator, and one of the things the path of the Dark Creator demands is that you form your own reality. You form the world around you as you want it. And so your convictions in your path make you able to wrangle that beast and put it back where you want it, because you don't want to kill her. You don't want to hurt her. And so you take your beast and you stuff it back in its box. But you know she's weak because you drank a lot, and you lick the wound to close it. She's going to need something to eat or drink, or she's going to have a lot of difficulty standing or doing anything useful.
I walk over to the black mini fridge and kick it open, and I keep several juice boxes in there for my sweet little baby girl. And I grab her one, maybe a package of crackers. Listen, crackers. I'm very, very about aftercare.
As you turn around, you see her slide off the desk and fall to the ground. And she quickly lifts herself up in the kneeling position and puts her hands behind her back and, swaying, sits there on her knees, saying, "Thank you, sire. Thank you for the gift you've given me tonight."
So proud of you.
Very pale, very swaying.
And I take the straw off the juice box and I unwrap it and I pop the foil and I just hold it out for her as she's swaying there, and I go, "Open up."
Her lips open. She takes the straw and then drinks almost half of the box straight up, and then looks up. "Thank you, sire. That was very kind of you."
I know.
May I ask a question, sire?
Well, you may not get an answer, but yes, you can ask.
That is your prerogative, sire.
I know.
This one would ask if perhaps you have given some thought to what this one has asked to be made like you, to be given the gift of eternity spent with you.
I slightly raise the hem of my skirt so that I can bend down and get to eye level with her, my black Louboutins just pressed up against her shin, and I get to eye level with her, and I grab her by the chin and I say, "Oh, my sweet baby girl, it's not your time yet." And I run my finger across her lip and I open her mouth just slightly and press down on her tongue. And then I let go and I say, "Now clean yourself up."
She seems very crestfallen, very disappointed, but "Yes, sire. I will. May I have the rest of the juice, please?"
And I tell her to hold out your hand.
She does.
And I put it on the flat of her palm. And I put the animal crackers there too.
She smiles. "Thank you, sire. You're very good to this one."
I know.
She takes the juice and the crackers and with difficulty stands up, still kind of wobbly.
"If you faint on my carpet, you'll never be one like me."
At that, she kind of straightens up, lifts up her neck so you can see the collar around her neck, and says, "I won't, sire. I'm a good girl."
I know you are.
At that moment, a knock comes at the door, and she kind of almost jumps out of her skin a little bit and kind of comes out of this sort of strange reverie that she was in, and she quickly steps up into the bathroom that adjoins your office. Just knock at the door again.
I straighten my dress as best I can. Make sure my face is clean. check it in the mirror next to the door, and I open it. Yeah.
It's Petra, the Bruante tribute, who works as a bouncer at your club.
Petra, when the door is closed, what do we do?
We fucking knock?
No. We leave it alone. So this better be pressing.
There's someone upstairs to see you.
Can I have more details than that?
He looks like a trucker, and like he just rolled in a fucking all over a hot dog stand on his way to the bowling alley before going to knock up
all right, enough. Okay. And I push Petra out of the way and I beeline it upstairs.
Fuck's sakes. She closes the door behind her. You walk upstairs. The club upstairs is doing business. You walk around the back, and there, in the supply office, amongst the beer barrels and boxes of bags of chips and boxes of hand towels, is the smell, the myth, the legend. Carter Fitzgerald.
And what the fuck are you doing in my club?
Where's your Miller High Life? It's the champagne of beer.
And I immediately walk up to him. I slap the cap of his brim so it knocks it off, and I grab him by the shirt and I headbutt him right in the face.
Bitch, that's my good glasses. What the fuck? Damn it. Nice to see you too.
Get out of here.
Sorry. Can't do it, sweetheart.
Get the fuck out of here before I kill you.
Or fuck me. One of the two. Orders on high, princess. Your ass is mine.
I would just as soon take an all-expense-paid trip to Hawaii and lay out in the sun and burn to a crisp than ever fuck you. Get out of my club.
Sorry, can't do it. Listen. It's okay. I get it. You're a little sore. I didn't call you the next morning or whatever the fuck it is they do now. Text, send fucking platypus emojis to one another. I don't fucking know. But regardless, old Santiago got a little job for us. We're going to go back to Chicago, sweetheart. You remember Chicago? Land of broken hearts?
Yes, Carter. I remember Chicago.
Where the fuck is my hat? Oh, there it is. All right. Well, the glasses are fucked. You owe me a set of glasses. Them bitches is expensive.
Like fuck.
No, they is. I promise. The TNA ain't no joke. They fucking got them high prices.
Will you shut up and tell me this whole thing about Chicago, please? I don't want to hear your stupid prattling.
Nah, I'd rather keep you guessing.
Then I'm not going, and I turn back around towards the bar.
Oh, you'll go, or we'll burn this place to the ground, and we'll kill that pretty little princess you got in the basement.
And I once again beeline it to him, like fingernails, claws extended, and I just grasp his throat just a little bit to get a little bit of blood going.
Oh, yeah. I like it rough. Anyway, now, when you've done collected yourself, now that I have your undivided fucking attention, you seem to need a reminder of who the fuck you are. What the fuck is this, playing with your fucking food? What's the matter with you? What is this shit?
You don't enjoy the simple pleasures in life? Or on life?
Not like that. Last time I checked, I don't fuck my steak, but, you know, whatever. I mean, you're taking a whole new level to medium rare. But anyway, long and short of the matter, All right, we're gonna go see Samael because we need to check in on him and do a little health and welfare. Don't roll your fucking eyes at me. You owe him just as much as I do. End of story. Secondly, we gotta pack up and figure out what to do. Hey, you heard of these other two motherfuckers? Archibald,
Yeah, Archie and Francis. I know exactly who you're talking about.
Are they yours?
Well, Archie and I co-own this place. I would say Francis sure is mine.
Co-own? What the fuck is this bullshit? Are you trying to live like a human?
What the fuck am I supposed to do in Garrison, Indiana?
Well, I mean, that's your fault.
Is it? Oh, Carter, is it my fault?
You could have came to Philly with me.
Oh, yeah, sounds much better.
Well, I mean, I did ring a dude's head off the Liberty Bell. It was kind of cool. You should have been there. It was great. We played jump rope with this dumb bastard's intestines. It was wonderful.
There's a lot of this, and I need a little bit more of this unless you're telling me why the fuck we're going back to Chicago. So give me details on it or get the fuck out of here. I have a club to run. Thanks.
We'll get details when we get there.
Oh, God.
You know how they are. The Cardinals all think that they're playing some sort of shadow game. Fuck, you shadow masters ought to fucking know about it anyway. That's neither here nor fucking there. What I'm point is your ass belongs to me yet again.
As he says this, the door to the back room opens slowly, very slowly, almost in slow motion. And standing in the doorway is one of the strangest looking people you've ever seen. Carter, you know her as Vorena. She is a Zimshi who is part of your pack. Her proportions are off. Her head is much larger than it should be for the frame of her body. Her arms are too long, too gangly. Her fingers long with very sharp. You think nails at first, but eventually realize they are bone protrusions. She gives off this strange alien feeling. Her body almost kind of like a triangle with this very severe angle that goes down into her hips and then flares out a little bit in these legs that are just too skinny to support all this. She looks like a cross between an elf and an alien and something else. She's just very off-putting to look at. And she says, "Are you two finished romancing each other? Oh, is this the one you've been talking about, boss? The one that broke your heart?" She comes over to you, Lydia. She stands in front of you and she's like almost 2 feet shorter than you. She looks up. "Are you the one that broke poor little Carter's heart?"
Shut your damn mouth. We ain't going down that road again. It ain't happening. We're not doing
He
this.
talks about you all the time.
I bet he does.
He does, and I've thought about you a lot. He describes you with such great detail and accuracy.
I mean, every curve. Anyway, what's up? Yep, we gotta go.
I've thought about what I could do with this body. I can make you beautiful if you want.
Make me beautiful, sweetheart.
Yeah, I can.
Listen, you little body snatcher. I don't like the look of you. But you made me laugh because you got his number, so.
No, she didn't get my number. We ain't ever fucked. Her snatch got teeth.
I could do that for you. Would you like that, Lydia? Would you like for your cunt to have teeth?
I really am not having this conversation. Thank you, though.
I can do that for you.
I know, sweetie.
I'll have to take them from somewhere, though, or grow them from your bones. That could be very painful, but the pain Can be so exquisite.
Carter, where did you find this one? What the fuck?
Philadelphia.
Oh my God, I'm never going.
City of brotherly love.
Is
Yeah.
that one? Yeah,
Yeah.
I can tell.
She smiles, and you see that she's got like all incisors. All her teeth are incisors.
Got that aftermarket upgrade.
Can you back up like 18 inches from me, please?
She does this weird thing where the top of her body sort of slides back, but her legs and her hips stay kind of exactly where they are.
If Lydia could retch, she would.
So anyway, we got to take this one with us. Just letting you know.
Oh yeah, I'm going with you.
Word of the wise. Don't sleep anywhere near. She kind of wakes up in the middle of the day, and you might find an asshole for a mouth. Don't ask questions. But you know,
You're really selling me on this one, sweetie.
I know. Road trip is gonna be great.
Oh God.
The thing is, Lydia, you don't have to be sold on it. This comes directly from the Cardinal's mouth. You just have to do.
She's done worse. And if I was you, flesh bending and all that bullshit aside,
Flesh crafting, you ignoramus.
well, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I call it you stick your fucking mitts in somebody's rib cage and pull it out. No muscle attached. Where the fuck's the fun in that? Anyway.
You want me to make your mouth disappear again?
No. But I will tell you this much. You come anywhere near this physical form again, and it will be the end of yours. I never tasted me no Zamisi before. I wonder if dragons taste just as good as everybody else, you bastard.
You know what? I actually think she's growing on me. I kind of like her.
Shut the fuck up, Lydia.
I could actually grow on you if you want. I could
That's not
reach
sweetheart.
my
No,
bones
we're going to have to learn
Mhm.
context clues.
They would just
No, I think
pierce
that
your
this is
flesh
really,
and wrap themselves
honestly,
around
I
your
just don't
bones
think
and
that this
meld,
is a
and
good
we
idea.
could
Enough.
fuse.
Oh, I'm gonna
Together.
love this. Anyway, all
We
right.
could
So,
be one.
Verena, do me a favor, okay? The next place we go to, can you do your best to not fucking talk? Just give me that. After that, talk all you want. You can put your fingers in whatever orifices Lydia's got. I don't give a shit. All right. But at the next place, you have to handle it a little gently. And you, unfortunately, look like the shit of nightmares. And Samuel, he ain't gonna have it. He's just not gonna have it. All right.
You see the Malkavian?
He is touched.
I don't like them. They're strange.
Pots and
That's
kettles.
rich
Fucking
coming from
pots and
you.
kettles. You can wait in the car. I know you can't drive, so it's fine.
You can't drive either, for the record.
I will drive. Jesus Christ.
See? Told you. We needed you.
Oh my.
Do you find the Miller High Life? Champagne and beer.
Oh my. This one's got a lot of you in her. And as she says that, you see Gretchen pop her head around the corner. Are you okay, sire?
Gretchen, go back to
Sire.
your room.
Well, hello, Gretchen. Why don't you bring your pretty little ass on over here? Sire.
She doesn't even move. She's just looking at Lydia.
Stop
Gretchen?
looking at her. Look over here.
She
Gretchen.
doesn't
Over here.
look at him.
Go
Yes,
back to your
sire.
room now.
Yes, sire. She backs away.
Well,
Over in his
slap
leg.
my ass and call me Cheryl. Your ass is keeping pets.
I
And I
confuse
get-
her to you.
God damn it. I get right up to Carter's face, and I am almost as tall as he is. And I look him in the eyes and I say, "You've taken a lot from me.
Oh, I know.
I don't want to hear you talk right now, sweetheart. You have taken a lot from me.
And I'll take more.
If
and I'll
you
keep on
touch
taking.
if you touch a single hair on her head,
Hmm?
whatever this one, and I gesture over to Verena, whatever this one can do to you,
Yeah.
it's going to be a children's story in comparison to what I will do to you. Understand? You leave her alone. You leave my shit alone. And I'll go with you on this fucking trip to Chicago.
Fair enough. You still blowing them when you're feeding them, by the way? Come on.
As Carter leaves, Verena watches him go, and then she looks at you, Lydia. I'll kill him if you want.
I'm going to keep that in my back pocket. Thanks.
Let me know if you change your mind about fusing.
I don't think
exquisite
I will.
experience.
Oh, God. Fucking Hellraiser-ass nightmare. Let's go. Come on.
You start to leave the club. I would assume, go somewhere and pick up your jacket and your things in your office. When you do, Gretchen is waiting for you, and she says, is he the one who... Jermaine, is he the one who was responsible? Sire?
Did I say you could speak? That's what I thought. Now come here.
She comes over, still looking at the ground.
Look at me. And I reach up to her collar around her neck in this deep, dark emerald green with gold, and I hook the O-ring in the front and I pull her very close and I say, I won't be here to take care of you when I'm on this little trip. So you can be a good girl?
Can I go with you?
No.
I'll be good. You won't hear a peep out of me. I'll stay out of the way. I'll stay just behind you at all times.
Gretchen. No.
Yes, sir.
And I pull her slightly to the side and I give her just a little kiss right next to the ear. And
She
then I let her
shivers her entire body. Will you come back, sire?
Yes, I will.
I'll wait for you, sire. She kneels down, puts her hands behind her back, lowers her head. I'll wait.
That's my sweet baby girl. So proud of you. And I turn on my heel and leave.
As you're leaving, Petra's there. Where the fuck's Archie?
That's a good question. Maybe you should find out.
How am I supposed to fucking find out? Like,
I don't know. Call
I got
him.
shit to do. I gotta fucking watch the door. I gotta fucking bring the fucking punters to their seats.
Petra, if the club owner is not here to run the club doesn't open, therefore you don't have jobs to do. So why don't you take a little reprieve from your door duty and go find where Archie is? Okay.
All right. I'll do that.
Good.
She turns around. As you exit the bar, you see, what the fuck is Carter driving, Carter? And does he have sound on his microphone?
I do. I promise. I keep forgetting about that shit. All right. You find yourself standing in front of a 1977 Ford F-250 extended cab, crew size. Its headlights, one's out, of course, or whatnot, but windows rolled down, giant crack through the windshield. You know what? But it purrs like a fucking kitten. Waiting for you. A couple of dogs in the back. They kind of look at you. You can ride with Cletus and Evan if you want, or you can ride up front with me. Take a pick.
I walk over to the driver's side of the door, throw it open, kick off the Louboutins, and climb into the cab and just start it.
Man, You know, I'll tell you something, right? You can class up the bitch all you want, but whoo boy. They redneck come out right when you need it to. Get in,
Birdsong was sitting in the back seat with his arm out, smoking a cigarette. Says, "This is the one that's going to kill you, right?"
This one? No.
Yeah.
No, that ain't the one that's going to kill me. No.
Okay. Just check.
Yeah. Don't hold your breath.
We got a long time for that one. No, you seem to fail to understand. See, you're going to want to kill me, and you'll probably come close a time or two, but the Cardinal has rest assured me that I will meet the end that I desire. But ain't nothing like having fun before then.
You two been married before?
Nope.
Closest thing.
Jeez. Remind me of when I was alive with my old... Go ahead, Carter.
Well, yeah, I mean... Well, now fuck it. You don't want to know?
Oh, you're going to fucking do that now? You're going to be like, bring something up and then be like, all fucking like a baby? You're going to fucking pout because I fucking did...
He turns around and does like the John Travolta thing from like Pulp Fiction where he's got the 45 just resting right there, pointed at it, right? And he goes, well, you see, long story, you can go now. Longest short of it is pretty much anything that Lydia really loves or holds dear or makes in the heat of passion, I get it killed. So, you know, that's just what happens. Occupational hazard, you know, happens.
You ever date someone who just accidentally broke all your dishes because they're just such a fucking klutz? It's like that, but, you know, maybe higher stakes. I throw it into gear.
Shit, you have been married to him. Jesus fucking Christ.
Suck the chrome off a trailer hitch, I tell you what.
Vorena, who's sitting behind you, Lydia, just sort of leans in and you just feel her. You don't even see her, you just feel her. She says, I'll kill him for you.
Yes, sweetheart, I know you will. Thank you so much. If I require your services, I will let you know. Fuck.
She sits back. Birdsong's in the back going, well, I don't know if this is a circus. We're sure as hell got the fucking clown car.
Hey, give me a cigarette.
He hands you the pack. But shit,
These
things will kill you.
Yeah, right.
We can hope, right?
I've thrown the truck in gear and I am reversing out of the parking lot.
Hey,
shit, Lydia can handle a fucking 4x4.
Yeah, you think Lydia can't drive a fucking stick shift? Come on.
Yeah.
No, that was Birdsong saying that. That wasn't me.
Oh. Dude, Lydia, you think I can't drive a fucking stick shift?
He leans forward and goes, so, Lydia, right?
Yes.
That's what you've been doing with yourself. Like, because to hear Carter say it, you used to be a fucking killing machine. You used to be, what was it you called her, Carter? A magnificent beast of darkness. That's what he called you.
Oh, yeah. No, man. She used to keep these razors. You still keep them razors underneath your nails? Oh,
and I just
buddy.
Flick my nails slightly.
Whether it's your throat or your back, whew, what a way to go. She
leans forward and goes, I can make those permanent for you.
Will you leave her the fuck alone? Jesus, it's even creeping me out at this point.
And I like turn a little bit and I go, I might, we'll talk.
Let me show you. Give me one of your fingers.
Absolutely not. I am driving a vehicle.
I'll just show you.
No, sweetheart. We can do it when we're stopped. Okay? You know what?
Starting to think you're as boring as Carter said you were.
I swear to God.
I listen. I mean, listen, I've called her many things. Boring, not one of them. That's for damn sure.
Thank you. Nicest thing you've said to me in the last, I don't know, century.
Do you want to hear the other things he said about you?
No, actually, I don't, because I am, once again, driving a motorized vehicle, and we may all be dead, but I don't want to end up roadkill, because I will be so fucking angry by what Carter has said about me over the last 6 months.
He actually has a little book where he writes them down so that he.
I swear to God, I will slam the brakes on and send you all flying through this fucking windshield.
I'm sorry, Mommy. She sits back.
That's a new one.
Birdsong's in the back going. This is fun, y'all. I wish I still fucking could smoke weed because I'd be hitting a big fucking one right now, and this would be fucking stratosphere.
Didn't you know the trick? Oh, fuck. Didn't you go by the dispensary? We'll go pick us up fucking somebody who's high. We feed off that shit. Contact Buzz like nobody's business.
That sucks, man. You start getting addicted to that. You get to the point where you can't fucking feed on something without it having shit coursing through its blood, man. You're limiting your options. I'm not into limiting my options, man. This guy is a fucking dying out anywhere, anytime kind of guy. You know what I'm saying?
Well, fuck you. All right.
What?
Nothing. I mean, you just want to be a fucking killjoy. We're having a little bit of a family reunion here. We're getting back together. We're getting the band back together. All right. And you're just like, fuck it. Let's not get high. Like, fuck you, man. All right. I mean, shit. Kato, let's go kill something before we go to see Samuel. All right.
Who the fuck Kato?
Fucking Lydia, let's go kill something before we go find Samuel.
Kato will not be killing anyone if the police is listening.
Oh my God.
Jesus. Birdsong reaches forward and goes, family? The fucking family tree of this fucking thing is macrame, is what it is. This fucking line.
It's like a bramble.
Someone kill me. Please, someone kill me. Again, please. Anything.
I can do that for you.
Oh my God, you have to stop doing that while I'm driving. Ugh. I can't play games with the two of you.
This is the world of darkness, ladies and gentlemen.
I love it. I can't play games with you.
It's so fucking dark. I gotta blow my nose now, so play amongst yourselves.
Kato, let's go fucking kill something because I'm fucking pulling my Michael Keaton voice out. Fucking like white trash Beetlejuice up in here.
Nailed it in one.
You're cracking my shit up.
I can't tell.
I know. Oh no, not Bleak losing it. It's the best. I love when he does this. He can't come back from it. Breathe. You got this.
Are you ready, Bleak? It's showtime.
That's my line. Steal my shit. It's my signature, Kurt.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Kato is a burlesque performer, and one of her signature acts is as Beetlejuice.
Competition winner, baby.
It's a thing. Whew. Man, I wish I was drinking gin.
Oh, you're not?
No, but I will. There's a break at some point. All right. Whew. I'm fucking crying. I'm literally crying like I can't remember last time. Sorry, gang.
Sorry, babe.
All right. Okay. You drive across town, my friends. You drive across town. Eventually, you arrive at a bit of an isolated, it's like a former industrial park area that's just fallen apart. So all you're seeing is these huge rusted husks that used to be factories and so on and so forth, just sort of dotting the landscape. And right there in the middle of all of it, in the middle of a parking lot, there's this like huge parking lot that used to be this place where, you know, obviously all the people used to work here, and there used to be a Lodwood Park. There's just this vast parking lot. There's just one light right in the center of it. And in the middle of that is a fucking trailer, like a trailer home. As you approach it, you can see that the windows are blacked out. There are no antennas, nothing else. It basically looks like it's abandoned. You pull up, park in front of it. The door opens, and out of the parking lot comes a man you both know. His name is Samael. He's looking a little bit worse for wear. He was with you in 2017 when you had yourselves a little shovelhead party in Chicago where you, went down into Chicago and randomly embraced a whole bunch of people, turning them into Sabbat cannon fodder. Only 4 of them escaped with their lives. And you can see all about them on Friday nights. Samael, after the encounter with Baptiste, which led to the deaths of 8 of your packmates, kind of gave up on trying to be a hardcore Sabbat pack raider and sort of just took to his little home here and has been here ever since. And as you pull up in the car, he steps on the front porch. He's wearing these Scooby-Doo slippers. And he's got these sort of big baggy purple yogi pants, a ripped t-shirt, and a big knit sweater over it. His hair is long and matted and dreadlocked.
Birdsong.
And he's like, Carter? Hey, man.
How you doing, bud?
Hanging out.
Get the cooler.
Oh my God, is that Lydia?
Hey,
Getting the band back together.
will you shut up for 5 minutes, please? Hey, Samuel.
It was like 10 minutes getting here.
Wow, it's like I'm having an acid flashback, only acid doesn't do anything anymore. So it's really, it's kind of freaking me out a little right now.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm okay. Hey, yeah, I'm happy to see you. Come on in. Birdsong leads out of the car like we wait out here, I guess, boss?
Yeah.
All right, I'll try to make sure Vorina doesn't fuse the fucking dogs together again.
Oh, God.
If she does that, I'm taking her hands. All right?
She'll just fucking grow new ones. You fucking know it. That's what she did last time.
I don't care. It gives me a small amount of joy. Anyway, he goes in the back and he grabs like one of the fucking old igloo style coolers where the top just kind of slides to the side or whatnot, and it literally says Blood Bank written on the side of it. Yeah, man, I brought drinks. How you doing? You holding up all right?
Yeah, I picked up a couple of hobbies, and it helps keep my mind occupied. I'm doing what I can. Some nights better than others, I gotta say. I'm out here. I got a good view. If anyone comes for me, I'm gonna, see them coming from a mile away.
Yeah, man.
Come on in. When you walk into his trailer, most of it's kind of been hollowed out and emptied, and you can see that what's lining the walls, it's not that the windows are blacked out, but it's literally like another wall built inside the trailer, like a trailer inside the trailer. This one's reinforced steel, and it's black and it's super dark in here, and he's got a couple of fluorescent lights. He's got a long table with, some empty blood bags, some magazines, things like that. And then he's got an area that's kind of like a living room. He's got this nice big old ass, super comfy kind of, lazy boy chair, and there's a bench there that you can tell. So there's an old tire, a couple of tires stacked up that he uses as kind of a table. The thing that kind of strikes you is the end of the trailer. There's this long black trailer with just these fluorescent bulbs, and the wall at the end is painted all yellow and is made of brick. It was built on the inside. And on that wall are painted a whole bunch of different symbols, drawings, different things. It will appear here in a second for the audience, but I will also send it to you guys in chat so you can get a good look at it. He invites you to sit down and says, I'm kind of peckish if you're offering.
Yeah, of course. And I slide the thing over, and it's full of blood bags. I brought you a variety of flavors this go around, A, B, O, just to kind of switch it up from time to time. I know you don't get out much these nights, and just making sure you're all right, buddy.
Oh, you don't really have to worry about me too much. I put the image of the wall in our chat.
You you've been
appreciate it. Lydia, what you still running the club? Is that thing still happening, or
yeah,
I forget.
Yeah.
Was that like
Mm-hmm. I am, and I just like perch on the arm of the couch and like cross a leg over.
How you sleeping days?
Fine.
Hey Rob, thank you so much for all those gifted subs. Really appreciate it. Phantom NJ Rob, thank you so much, man. Super cool of you. You still think about him?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. You're hanging out in a fucking crack house and you're just, trying to score something to get you through the next day. And you remember back when you used to be able to fucking surf, you just sit there and you get that high and you kind of imagine yourself on that surfboard again, and, the ocean spray and everything. And, and then some fucker comes in and he bites you. And then next thing you know, you're a fucking vampire, right? You're a fucking vampire and you're living amongst these other vampires, and it turns out there's all these vampires everyone running the world, and they're fighting these other vampires, and all of a sudden you're like, man, I'm a fucking far side from when I was out there and fucking, Pismo fucking surfing, but hey, man, I'm like an eternal fucking creature of the night now. That's fucking cool. I can do shit. I can mess with people's minds. I can turn invisible, man. And then you fucking, like in the Zeppelin song, you go to fucking Chicago, right? You go to Chicago, like, man, it's just like a Zeppelin song. I'm out here in Chicago, man, and we're fucking burying these fools in the fucking ground, and then this fucking thing comes out of nowhere, and it's fucking like literally I fucking watched him fucking just open his mouth and tear the fucking head off of Hector, like with his fucking mouth, man. Like he was right there a second, and then the next minute this fucking thing is just eating his fucking face, man. Like that was fucked up, man. Like that was fucked up, man. Then you think, fuck, what's the fucking point of being a fucking vampire, man? If this thing can just come out and eat its fucking face off, huh?
Lydia's resisting every urge to just get up and walk over to him and hug him.
How y'all doing?
Oh, same bullshit, different night.
Yep.
We Cardinal done pegged us to go back to the old Windy City. Taking Lydia and a couple of recents. And Gonna go poke around a bit.
Hey, Scottish Jeff, thank you for those gift subs. Really appreciate it, man. You the bomb. You're you're going back there.
Yeah.
You know that fucker's still alive, right? You know that fucker's still out there in the fucking shadows, just fucking waiting to fucking eat your face off, right? You know he's out there, right?
Well, I mean, you're not wrong, but you know, I kind of want his head, and I'm gonna get it.
Not if I get it first.
Yeah, you know what he's gonna do, right? You're not gonna see him coming. He's gonna come out of the fucking earth. He's gonna come out of the earth itself. He's gonna come right out of the fucking earth like some fucking primal elemental man from fucking back in the day in the stories, you know, and he's gonna come out of that earth and he's gonna fucking grab the two of you and he's gonna put his hands inside of you and then he's gonna take you and like a kid with fucking Barbies, right? He's just gonna smash your heads together. He's just gonna fucking smash your heads together. That's what he's gonna, and he's just gonna drop you there. You're gonna drop. You're gonna fall to the ground. And all these nights that you've lived and all these years that you've lived and all the people you've killed and all the blood that you've eaten is just going to spill away and it's going to sink into that earth, that black earth. That earth is so black as of all the blood
Sam.
that he spilled around him.
Sam.
You know?
Sam. We're going to get him. Don't you worry about that. And you'll be able to sleep. Again.
Yeah.
Don't you worry. We're going to get him.
You know,
how
I
can
never
you
agree
fucking
with
sleep
him.
when the devil's in your fucking dreams, man?
Well, who knows? Maybe you'll, maybe he'll leave your dreams, buddy.
He looks at you, Lydia. You're looking good.
Thanks.
Don't go back.
Well, I wasn't planning to, but like you said, can't sleep when the devil's in your dreams. And I think there's only one way to get rid of him.
Think they're still alive, Carter?
Who's that?
The ones we made. I mean, I didn't see much after we were running, like after fucking Baptiste came out and was just fucking eating everyone. I didn't see much. Hey, okay, it's GM, thank you so much. I thought I saw yours, that pretty blonde girl. I think she was still alive, and that one that I took from that druggie den, that crack house, I think she was still alive too. And there are a couple others I saw. And remember the one that we put that thing in?
Yeah.
I think
Yes,
that
I
one
do.
was alive.
Well, here's the real question. Do you want to know? Or do you want me to find her? I'm sure she'd probably love to hear from her daddy after all this time, but...
Yeah, no. I wouldn't want to hear from mine. All I did was pass the curse on.
And that's what we do. We pass on this forsaken curse generation after generation.
Yeah.
Fulfilling our role in the great galactic fuckfest.
You still studying, Lydia? It's been a while since you came to talk to me.
I know. I'm sorry. Things just got busy.
That's all right. You know, It's not much fun coming out here and talking to me. It's cool. Don't worry about it. It's cool, Lydia.
I'll come out. How about when I get back from Chicago? I'll come through and
come back from Chicago.
Yeah, when I come back from Chicago, because I'm coming back from Chicago.
I really hope you do. He gets up and he moves towards the wall, and he pulls out a box of matches, wooden matches, and he lights the matches. And Carter, you notice that he's got 4 black candles placed just underneath where the yellow wall is, and they're all at various heights, and most of them have melted down to almost nothing. He lights them up. You remember the candles, right, Kurt?
Yeah, I remember the candles.
Keeper, have we seen this wall before? Like, this has been something we've seen at Samuel's before?
No. This is something that looks very recent.
No. Okay. Hey, Sam. What's this mural about?
Yeah. It's coming, you know.
What's coming?
The long night.
Praise be.
No. Not that long night.
What do you mean?
You know, they tell us we got to prepare because the antediluvians are going to come back someday, and they're going to be hungry, and the only thing that's going to satiate their hunger is us, and so we got to be ready, right?
Right. Yeah, that whole thing.
The Cardinal, he's got other plans.
What do you mean? Other plans?
Yeah. The Cardinal, he thinks there's only one way of killing the antediluvians. That's to starve them. When they wake up, there's got to be no food for them.
It's not much of a plan.
Well, when you consider that the food source of the antediluvian is us, I mean, I guess it gives you an idea of what it is that he's thinking. There's no us.
Are you saying the Cardinal's walking us right into a death trap?
No, that's not what he's saying.
I'm saying the Cardinal's plan is to kill every last vampire on this world. You see, there's a lot of old stories, right? About some creature, usually a wolf, something like that, that comes out of nowhere and eats the sun and turns the world to darkness. That's not exactly what the Cardinal wants to do, because as we all know, that'd be good for us. When I say the long night, I mean one filled with light, with sunshine, or the light of God that's gonna just come down from the heavens and enter our mouths and our eyes, turn us to fucking ash. And so when the antediluvians wake up and they're like, where's my fucking snack? We're all dead. We're all dead. There's nothing for you to eat anymore. It's fucking brilliant. It's fucking mad.
As he's kind of laughing and lighting the candles, once he's done, I'm going to stand and walk over to him and just thread my hand into his and go, it's going to be okay, Sam.
He turns to you very serious. No, it's not. Tell me how it's going to be okay, Lydia.
Well, as much as I don't trust this motherfucker as far as I could throw him, which is probably a good 6 feet if I've got a foothold, we're the best team that could possibly stop whatever the fuck is happening in Chicago. So
you said the exact same thing the last time we went there.
I know, and I'm sorry.
Chicago's a drop in the bucket. There's something there the Cardinal wants.
Well, then we got to figure it out.
He looks at you. Can I give you something?
Yeah, of course.
He walks over to the wall, and where there's that black crescent moon, he rubs his fingers on it really hard, and they come away stained, and he comes over to you. And he reaches up, and he draws with 3 fingers, 3 lines that start at the top of your head, come down over your eye, down your cheek, down your neck. A little bit of darkness to take with you to protect you. Where you're going, there's a snake. There's a coyote. And there's a ghost. And the Cardinal needs all of them dead. And you're gonna have to decide whether they die or not.
I look over at Carter.
Listen, any excuse to go kick in some of them fucking toe-sucking, ivory tower licking motherfuckers' asses, I'm game, and you know that. But I'm here to tell you, the Cardinals made a lot of prophecies, and ain't none of them come true. Hell, for all we know, Gehenna's tomorrow, and goddamn, the dead shall rise and inherit the earth, and who the fuck knows. But I do know this much. Whatever it is, we'll kill it. And if the antediluvians rise again, well, shit. Soul the South. Fuck.
Oh, God, Carter. Jesus.
Hey, I want to thank you guys for coming hanging out with me tonight. It's really cool. I don't get a lot of people coming to see me. Are you okay? Do you want to? He grabs a little package of wet ones. Do you want the wet ones for your? You got something on your face there, Lydia. Do you want a wet nap?
No. I'm trying something new out. I think.
You look fierce, like a fierce wolf.
Thanks, Sam.
Yeah, no problem. I like green on you. It looks very good. Should wear it more often.
Will do, Sam.
And you fucking pot-bellied stove motherfucker.
I miss you too, buddy.
Yeah, you look as fucking ugly as the day you were birthed out the back end of an oxen.
Yeah, that's what I said to him this morning.
Notice she said this morning. Must have meant she spent the night.
I was gonna hug you, but turns over, gives Lydia a hug.
I hug him right back.
Be careful.
We'll do our best.
You too, dickwad. Be careful.
If she's there, I'll bring her back to you. Bet.
Actually,
Alive.
if you find her, would you do her the common courtesy of killing her? I think it'll be much. I'm kidding. Yeah, man, that's cool. Whatever you like.
Oh, I could kill her. That's no problem. I mean,
No, because if you kill her, that's when fucking the long night's gonna fucking happen. I told you, you don't fucking listen. Fucking Lydia, make him listen because he's fucking.
I've been trying for decades at this point. So
I'm just gonna throw this out there. Try not speaking in riddles so much, and fire your interior decorator. I'm just saying.
I just give Sam a squeeze on the shoulder and go, anything else that we need to know?
No, but come back and see me sometime. Can I keep the blood?
Yeah,
Save me from having to go out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
of course.
All right. Hey, don't kill each other on the way there, all right?
No promises, but we know who would make it back alive. And I walk by and I'd give Carter like a slap on the cheek.
And if you see Baptiste, fucking run.
Copy that.
I'd just like to point out, you notice, she can't keep her hands off me.
Oh my God.
I know she runs faster than you do.
I don't need to run faster.
Is there more to that, or was that the joke?
No, that was it.
Okay. Thanks for the blood.
Yeah, man. And I wouldn't leave that up if I was you. Just throwing that out there.
What?
Nope. Learned a lot.
Oh.
It's all good.
My wall?
Yeah, your fucking speaking spell that you got going on over there.
Someone's got to document the end of the world.
Might as well be you, Sam.
That's what I say. Hey. Have a good time in Chicago. Going back to Chicago so that I can see you.
Turn on my heel and just start leaving.
Carter actually opens the door for Lydia.
That
I go,
that song is called When the Levee Breaks, by the way.
yep, it is,
Got it.
Sam. It's a good
Got
one.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And I just walk through the door without even looking at Carter.
Sure do.
You step outside onto the porch into the night air. Birdsong's leaning against the truck. A couple of cigarettes dead at his feet. That's it?
That's it.
You know we're gonna have to kill him, right?
We are not killing Sam.
He is exactly one
We are
away
not
from becoming a psycho.
killing Sam.
Would you rather it us or someone who eats him?
Let's just get to Chicago. Fuck.
Candace, we got to go find your two fucktards first.
Hey, we got that meeting tomorrow. Midnight, right? That one that dude with the face mask told us about?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hey, get this, like, we met a guy called Ligature.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, is that your name or is that what you do? And he was like, both. And I was like, I believe you, man.
God.
Oh, yeah. Do you think the Camarillos as fucked up as we are? Like, do you think, like...
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That makes me feel a little better.
Well, I mean, yes and no. I mean, like, we've got a lot going for us that they don't. That's a fact.
All right, look, let's get going. I mean, I had to get out of the car because fucking Vorena was just twisting her fingers together into pretzels. It was just gnarly. The fucking sounds were just...
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Was it that
Can you
weird?
put a harness on her or something? Like one of those fucking backpacks so we could just strap her with fucking bird song?
You want her that close to you?
You want-
wait, to me?
I don't. No, yes,
No.
to you, me, fucking beefcake over here.
Hey.
Oh,
I fucking just work here. And he gets in the trunk.
Oh, God.
fuck! I'm out of smokes. Let's go hit 7-Eleven and get a drink.
So here's fun fact. There's one 7-Eleven left in Garrison, Indiana. There's just one. It's open 24 hours a day, except on Sundays and on, Christmas. But it's open tonight. You pull up, there's not a car, nothing in the front parking lot. You look through the windows, there's just this one guy there. Looks like he's probably been there a few years. His face is the same color as the cigarette rack behind him. Birdsong says, "The fuck are we doing here? We don't eat and drink."
I'm gonna get me a Slurpee.
Oh, you're in the fucking Slurpees every time. Like a fucking baby.
I mean,
Sorry, go ahead.
I like what I fucking like.
Verena leans forward and goes, I could turn him into a Slurpee.
I'm gonna turn you into a Slurpee if you don't stop whispering in my ear like some fucking perverted high school student.
Oh, that's so fucking hot.
Oh my fucking God. And I throw the door open to the truck and I slide my shoes back on because I cannot drive a stick shift in fucking Louboutin bloody bottom shoes.
Do you need me in there?
Nah, I mean, are you hungry? Why wait? Get a Snickers.
I'm all right. Verena's like, I'll come.
No.
And she
No.
literally it's like liquid just pouring out of the truck.
No. Put your slanky ass back in the truck.
Free country.
No, it's actually not. But go ahead and fucking, get your ass back in the truck. Mommy and daddy need a little alone time.
Call me mommy again and I will cut your fucking head off.
I can put it back on.
Oh my God. I just start walking into the 7-Eleven.
See, you just keep trying to piss all over me and it just doesn't stick.
Verena follows you. You walk into the 7-Eleven. What do you want? Where do you go? What do you do?
I go right up to the clerk.
I go to the candy aisle.
There's a sparsely populated candy aisle.
I'm just kind of perusing, looking around, seeing if I can find some Sour Patch Kids or those gummy peach rings or the sour watermelon ones. I'm trying to find something nice for Gretchen.
Okay. You'll find something that'll satisfy. Carter, what do you do?
It's not her favorite, but it's a total knockoff of her favorite because I am not buying her favorite.
Peachy Fuzz.
Yeah.
I go up. What's the attendant's name?
Gary.
Hey, Gary. Working a late one, are you? Let me get
just gotta make a living, man, trying to, put myself through school, put my daughter through school, put her daughter through school. It's
Don't care. Get me a couple packs of Winston's, thank you.
Oh God, why do people in this town have to be such fucking dickwads? He turns around, grabs a couple packs of Winston. I'm assuming you want light.
No, I'm not a bitch.
Be nice, Carter.
I am being nice. Tell me.
Put some back, turns around. Yeah.
Tell me, Gary from Gary.
You think I've never heard that one before?
Yeah, well, tell me, how's your life insurance?
I don't have any. Why?
Sucks to be you. And I grab him by the throat, lift him up, and slam him on the counter, and immediately pop using protein prop like claws out of my hand and slice him from stem to stern and just feed with him alive.
Like a trough, you put him on the fucking counter.
Yep.
And you just start, he's screaming. He's screaming, his blood fucking splashing everywhere. Borena's in the back laughing. This laugh that Lydia just fucking, like, literally you watch your skin leave your body, like, when she laughs. You're feeding on this guy. He's screaming. He's kicking around. The fucking cash register falls on the ground. This noise, this scream is just unending. What do you do, Lydia?
Shit's good. Get you some. It's great, man. Oh, this guy ate a lot of pork.
I'm just still looking for candy.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, man. Woo, man. Guys, A1C was out of whack. That's for sure.
You're always so into junk food.
I mean, it still tastes good. I mean, what do you want?
I walk up next to him, trying very carefully walk in these very designer shoes on this very slick floor.
Yeah, it's very slippery now.
And I see that there's a spot of blood on the hem of my dress. And I just pull my dress up as high as I can get it and just hold the hem up to Carter's face and go, clean it off.
Excuse the fuck out of me?
And you see that I'm wearing like high-waisted black thong, like underneath. What did I say?
Yes, ma'am.
Clean it off.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. And he just like,
good boy. And I pull my dress back down.
Is that what your bitch smells like? Oh.
The blood is dripping on the floor. The smell of it is reaching up to your nostrils. Lydia, you fed well earlier, so the beast is fairly calm, but there's still a lot of blood there, and it's still kind of warm and kind of nice. Do you partake?
Get you a top off. It's pretty good. There's napkins over by a Slurpee machine. He's a squirter, too.
Really wish you wouldn't use that word. And I walk over to the Slurpee machine and I just get a cup and I walk back over to the still warm body and just kind of like dip it in there and just sip it as if it were, I don't know, a very fine Sauvignon Blanc.
Oh, I think I'm fucking need some Peptid AC after that one. All right, well.
Lorna comes out with the mop and bucket.
What you need that for? You gonna turn him into a mop or a bucket?
Oh God! Don't give her any
I was gonna
ideas.
make an installation.
Oh, that's fun. Keeper, can I do something? I know we are like Sabbat middle finger to the masquerade. Can I do something to obscure the cameras so that they're going to get the full fucking Chesapeake Ripper special when someone comes into the 7-Eleven later?
Yes. Do you watch her build her installation?
I do. I'm sipping my little slurpy cup of blood.
She comes over next to the body and looks up at you, Carter, and says, "Are you finished?"
Yeah. Sure am. I'm surprised you didn't
Such
have
a messy eater.
Yeah, well, I mean, your back is fucking dislocated in like 90 spots. I'm sure it's good for something, but I ain't figured out what.
She looks over her shoulder at Lydia. She shrugs, and her silk blouse just kind of drops down to halfway down her arms, and you can see clearly outlined her spine sticks out of her flesh in her back by like a good couple inches, and it doesn't look like a normal spine should look. There's just this sinewy kind of dragony look to this ossature that just sticks out of the flesh. It's not piercing the flesh is distended around it, and you can see scales that come down around it down her back.
I pause and I look at her, taking her in, and I go, "May I?"
Oh,
and
please.
I put a finger at the top of her spine and just with my very sharp claws draw them all the way down.
Oh.
You're disgusting and I love it. Carry on.
You see the flesh close up. But it's not like when you get cut and you exert your vampiric powers and you force the wounds to close. You can clearly see minuscule bones inside her spine that come out and hook the flesh and close it one after the other, kind of like a blouse or something being buttoned up, like these little buttons that come out and close. That felt very good.
Maybe there's some use for you after all.
Flatterer.
Well, let's see your work.
So she reaches down and grabs a bag of Orbit that has been just drenched in the blood there. And she goes, "My favorite." Puts it in her pocket.
Oh my God.
And then she starts to work. She pulls this guy off. And by the end, she has kind of mounted him on this mop and bucket thing. And he has sort of been strangely transformed, where she has taken his shoulders and sort of moved the bones down along his spine so that the two arms kind of jut out where his crotch is, and the legs then are kind of brought up to look like these giant kind of bent forward arms. And she takes the head and she sinks it down into the chest. And as she does this, you hear all the bones and the sinews and everything else just crack and move and shift. And she just sort of sinks this down. And it's the oddest thing because the flesh is not tearing, nothing's happening. She's literally, it's like playing with Play-Doh. She's just maneuvering this guy's body. At the end, he's got this weird, strange look where his legs are up higher than his head in the middle of his chest, and his arms come out at the bottom where his crotch is, and his genitals have been moved so that they sit behind the head on top there like a little pair of floppy ears.
Nice touch. You're quite an artist.
I'd call that more of a bad touch, but, you know, potato, patatois.
I could have done much better if there'd been a second employee.
Oh. It's beautiful.
She looks at you and goes, "Now will you give me one of your fingers?"
No.
Won't take it.
I don't believe that.
If I take your finger, you can take my hand.
If you take my finger, I take your head.
Fair.
It is fair.
This is the most fucked up foreplay I've ever seen.
I extend my index finger.
Without touching her, she just kind of leans forward and her neck is kind of really long, and she reaches and she takes your finger into her mouth, and as she does, you feel her tongue completely wrap around your finger. And as she does, you feel your finger start to change. You feel the bones move inside your flesh. You feel the flesh itself kind of be moved, and she's just sort of got her entire tongue around your finger, and she's sort of pulling out slowly. And when she finishes and your finger pops out of her mouth. You can see that your finger is just very slightly elongated, and that underneath your nail, there is a very razor sharp bone now, little line of bone that has come in right under your nail.
Carter, come here.
See, permanent.
Carter, come here.
Nope.
Come here.
Try again, sweetheart. I'll play your game here and here.
Come here, Carter.
Nope. Nope. We ain't playing that game. No, you're not about to test your claws. Test your claws on your new pet fuck stick over here.
I walk over to Carter and I just slit the front of his white tank top open.
You know, this cost $5.99 and it wasn't on sale, right?
And I turn and go to leave.
As you're leaving, I would like to say thank you so much, Inblock Sally, for bringing all your friends over in the ginormous raid. Thank you so much for coming in, friends. We are playing Vampire the Masquerade. We are playing the Sabbat. This is intended for mature audiences, so please be aware of that. But if you enjoy the weird and wacky, business that we've been getting up to, please hang out. We always like to get, fresh victims, fresh viewers in the channel. Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you, Cineblock Sally. You watch as Lydia leaves the 7-Eleven. Vorina comes over to you and she goes, "You were right about her."
Yeah, I know that.
She's definitely going to kill you.
She can try.
She's definitely going to kill you.
Again, she can try. But you seem to forget the Cardinal has said that my fate is divined in the stars, and it had nothing to do with no purple-eyed bitch coming up and trying to shank me in the back. So it's all good.
She's going to kill you.
Yeah. Not
You like
for
my work? She goes over and she grabs one of those disposable cameras, opens it up, takes a picture. I'll be in the car.
No shit. He Carter goes and he looks around and he goes out to one of the fuel pumps and then clicks the fuel pumps on all the way and just sets it on the ground and then just waits for it to grow in, start to kind of go everywhere, and then he lights a match, throws it on it before they drive away.
As you do that, you see a couple of people walking by. They see this. They keep walking by.
God, I love this town.
Borna gets in the car, slips a disposable camera in your lap, Lydia, and says, "For remembrance."
Thanks. I'll have you do the rest later.
Anytime. You will drive back. I assume you will leave Lydia off at the club. You have a meeting tomorrow night at midnight, but until then, the night is young. As you drop her off, I'm assuming you might want to say some pithy parting words.
I just look at her and go, "You look good tonight. It's good to see you."
What, no insult?
Nah. I only like to jab at you when other folks are around. It gets your goose going. I like it. But that's all right. I'll be seeing you tomorrow.
Not if I see you first.
That's true. Tell your little redhead I said hello.
Keep her name out of your mouth, motherfucker. And I go in through the door.
It got a name? I bet it's Sparky.
Didn't you get her last one killed?
Yeah.
Isn't that why she hates your fucking guts?
Yeah, it is. Sure is. Yeah.
So you fixing to do the same thing again?
Well, you see, it is important in our nature, for lack of a better term, the monsters that we are, that we sever ourselves from the humanity that constricts us to this world. She has a problem with that. I'll remedy it.
Varina leans forward and says,
Yeah, she's gonna kill me. I got it.
no, yes, but I was just gonna say that the day you decide you really want to be a monster, I can make that happen for you. She's already one. You're playing at being one.
You are free to test that assumption at your convenience, motherfucker. And he slams on the gas and just...
So, I guess let's start with Carter then, since we're in the truck with you. What's the rest of the evening going to look like for you and your gang of misfits?
I essentially go dump the misfits off back at our little abandoned warehouse. And then I take the truck and I go back to the club. Only this time I just kind of sit outside the club and watch who goes in and who goes out.
Give me a perception plus a investigation, let's say.
Ooh, I like it. Give it to me. Give it to me now. Pa, 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 pa. Difficulty.
We're going to go with 6s.
2.
So you do notice a number of kindred that come here. You do notice that they tend to go around the back. The place seems to be kind of primarily designed for humans. It appears to be fairly bopping, like you wouldn't expect this many people to be willing to brave the night in Garrison, Indiana like that. But it seems to be doing like pretty good business. Like it's not like a shithole or anything.
My, how the mighty have fallen.
Just gonna sit in there till dawn.
Just gonna kind of watch the place. More or less, he's trying to figure out and see whether or not that pretty little redhead leaves the building.
Okay. Speaking of the pretty little redhead, what does Lydia do as you arrive and the pickup truck takes off? You're back at your bar.
Oh, God. Are we presuming that it has been open for the evening, that the club is actually open and functioning for the evening, or is it a dark night?
I would assume that the cellar was closed.
Sure.
But the club upstairs had been bobbing. But since you weren't there and Archie wasn't there, you might not have opened the cellar. Unless you want to tell me different. It's your club. So
No. I will walk in and kind of survey the general population of Tooth and Nail this evening, see who's here, see if there's anybody I recognize. Probably check in with Petra and the bartenders.
What would you say is the percentage of your patronage that is kindred or kindred related?
I would say it's over 50%, but it's mixed. Much to Carter's chagrin.
There appears to be a higher number than normal of kindred or ghouls. A lot of people you recognize, of course. There seemed to be a buzz about something, like there's already rumors running around that, something's happening. Someone from the Cardinal's been sent to town, etc., etc. Mainly when you kind of take that in, you realize. So tell us a little bit, before I get into this, tell us a little bit about where your character was when you were embraced and what you were doing. Like, what was that lifestyle like back then?
Decadent. It was, the cellar is as much as she can. It's her means of trying to recreate the environment that she found herself in the most, which was one of the speakeasies that was a speakeasy come brothel with a back room, wherein she saw clients in the 20s. So while elements of where kindred or clientele would enjoy rooms of the cellar, her private kind of back quarters are very opulent in the style of what she remembers from when she was embraced in the 20s.
As you look out over the crowd here tonight, which is one of the best crowds we've had in a long while, and there's actually something in the air because, like I said, there's some expectation that something's happening. You feel a deep, terrible sense of disappointment right to the core of you. You have this vision of trying to recreate the space that you used to inhabit. That place that you used to inhabit was in a city where people were not allowed to have fun. People were not allowed to have alcohol, were not allowed to congregate, and people still did it, and they lived. They were not allowed to do these things, and they found ways to do it, and they went out anyways. And they lived life to the fullest. And now you look at all these kindred that are amassed here, and they have the right to do whatever they want. They literally have the right, the power to do whatever they want. And they're just standing around there talking about the gossip of the day. None of them building anything, none of them creating anything, none of them with any plans or anything, just another night in Garrison, Indiana. How does that make Lydia feel?
Incensed.
Why?
Why, with all of this power and all of this sway, would we waste our time in Garrison fucking Indiana when we could be building an empire?
And as you stand there and look out over this sea of disappointing flesh, you feel his presence behind you. You feel his hand on the back of your neck, the way he used to do when you would be standing there watching the crowds in those speakeasies in Chicago in the 20s and 30s. And it's almost as if all of a sudden he's back there again with you.
Fuck. I start making my way through towards the cellar.
You get downstairs. You open the door to your office. Gretchen is still there on her knees. She's kind of listing forward a little bit, like you can tell she's fighting to stay awake and fighting not to fall down. And she's still there on her knees where you left her, with her hands behind her back, her red hair, all the curls spilling forward. When you open the door, and then it's like the look on her face is the look of someone who was drowning and has just been pulled out of the water at the last second. Sire, you've come back.
My sweet girl. So good. And I grasp her by the chin and just pull her to her feet, forgetting that I have this new permanent claw. And as I do, I like press a little too hard into her cheek and a little drop of blood slides down, and I just gently lick it.
How may I please you, sire?
You may please me by getting dressed and having a snack. And I pull out candy and I put it on the desk.
Her eyes light up, like not as much as when you came in the room, but they light up at the kindness, at the generosity of the gesture. What shall I wear?
I think your red robe tonight.
Yes, sire. And she goes over in the other room, and you can hear her rummaging around, and eventually she comes back dressed exactly as you wanted, and she's changed her collar to one that matches the dress that she's wearing. Do I please, sire? And she stands there with her head down.
And I just grab her gently by the ring on her collar, and I turn her head one way and the other, and I say, "Oh, sweet girl, you look so tired."
It's been a long evening, sire. I waited for you.
I know. Do you want to pick me up?
If sire would be so kind as to bestow one upon me, I would be grateful.
And I grab her like bare arms around underneath her hips, and I pick her up and just carry her over to the bed.
You can see excitement in her eyes, like she knows what's coming, and she's biting her lips and just febrile, just waiting for it.
And I just drop her on the bed with a little bit of a bounce onto her back.
Is there anything I can do for you, sire?
You could be a little plate. And I untie her robe and I open it. And I open the poison well ring that I have. And I tip some white powder out onto her. And I take my new sharpened razor blade nail and just start cutting lines on her rib cage.
She's trembling her entire body. You can see goosebumps rising on her flesh.
And I just take my time, doing each little line and then dipping my finger in it and then holding it up to her mouth so I can run it along her gums.
She just ecstatic, just loves every second of it. Totally given over to you.
And then I slide down to her hip and I just take a very gentle little cut along the crest of her hip. Just a little bit. And I lick it one more time and I say, "Good girl. Now you go have fun."
And as the veils draw over this scene of domestic bliss, we find ourselves the next night. Carter, you've waited all night. You never saw the redhead come out.
He waits and waits.
Eventually the sun is about to peek over the horizon.
Well, any fucking time now would be great.
Don't you live at the club, Kato?
Yes.
I guess not. He gets in his truck and he drives off.
As you get home just in time, you feel just a little bit of that sunlight come up and just catch you on the side of the ear, and you feel that singe. And you remember what Samuel was talking about earlier about this strange nighttime of eternal sunshine. And that's what you take to bed with you.
Before he goes to bed, though, he, if I may, he finds a beam of light that is coming in through one of the holes.
Yeah, there are some holes in one of the corrugated steel that's just shot to shit.
And he sticks his hand out in it and lets it burn for just a minute or two before pulling it back.
What's your path?
Path of power and inner voice.
You feel your beast stir inside of you. It wants to shriek. It wants to run away in fear, but you fucking tell it, who's the fucking boss?
And he feels his penance has been paid for allowing himself to be influenced by someone who he swore would never influence him again. I'll kill that bitch. Guaranteed. And then he goes,
you spend the day sleeping, perhaps some of you with some nightmares of your own, either old ones or new ones. The next night you are up and awake. Birdsong comes to you, Carter. Look, I went out asking around trying to find the other two doofuses, and nowhere to be found. No one's seen them. I mean, if your lady friend doesn't know where they are, I don't think we're going to be able to bring them with us tonight.
Her name is Lydia, and you will not refer to her as my lady friend.
All right, your special friend then.
Yeah, what? Are you trying to piss me off when I first wake up and haven't had my coffee?
Look, I'm not the one you're gonna have to be fucking worried about if we don't bring these two fucking clowns over to the fucking thing tonight. I'm just saying. I mean,
well, fine. We're gonna go back to the club, and we will see what the fuck Lydia's doing, and then we'll figure out what to go from there. And more importantly, I'm gonna find that little. Oh, I need to fucking clean my hands. I still got fucking Gary from Gary on me.
Gary from Gary. That's fucking funny. Is that really his name?
Yeah, it was. Fucking
his name was Gary from Gary. That was fucking great, man.
You don't get out much, do you?
No. Usually you're like, stay in the truck.
Well, there's a fucking reason for that, you fucking Captain Spaulding reject-looking motherfucker.
I got that reference. Someone better be proud of me. I got that reference. You get together with your packs, get in a truck, drive down. What is Lydia up to early in that evening to prepare for this little soiree?
The little rendezvous.
In the boudoir.
In the boudoir, I'm just laying there on the bed. The room is dark green and black with gold detailing, and she has little dead things she keeps in jars along the walls. And I am leaning up against the headboard with a very nice pair of glasses on, just reading in a black silk robe and the lingerie that I had been wearing earlier, and Gretchen is kneeling beside the bed, just waiting.
Are we going to the club tonight, sire?
Oh, yeah. I have a meeting first.
Should we be getting ready, sire?
Yes, I suppose so. And I stand and just hold my arms back so she could take my robe off, and I go into my closet and pull out yet another tight fitting, this time black dress.
Funny, Carter's wearing the same thing tonight. Carter, you
so embarrassing.
pull up
One
at
of
the
us
club.
has to go change.
One of you has to go change. You pull up at the club with Verena and Birdsong. Wants to wait for you in here? Of course you do. Are you afraid we're going to cramp your style with, your special lady?
Birdsong, I'm going to tell you one more final fucking time. All right? I get it. You fucking missed the audition for fucking ZZ Top. All right? But you ain't going to fuck up my life. All right? I'm just throwing that out there. Okay? Lydia and I were a thing, and I'll tag it one more time before I fucking die permanently. But don't you worry about that shit. All right? Just keep... The reason your ass stays in the fucking truck is because of that motherfucker right there. That's why. We cannot leave it unsupervised.
I could give her bird legs if you want.
Why? Why would I want her to have bird legs? I'm trying to eat the chicken at the barbecue, not fuck it.
Can't you do both?
You were not hugged enough as a child, apparently.
I don't remember being a child.
Yeah, I'll bet you don't.
Is that a no on the chicken legs?
I'll think about it. Carter goes sauntering up to the door, and I assume that he runs into the bouncer.
Yeah, you see Petra there. Oh. You again.
Yeah, me again.
I still not to let you in.
What do I gotta do? Knock? Ding dong, motherfucker, ding dong.
She looks you up and down. This...
You trying to fuck me or what? Get the fuck out the way.
The style you have, is it a conscious choice or was it imposed on you by your parents?
I think you took psychic damage.
Listen here, shit brick. All right. And he gets, I'm talking like half an inch away from this motherfucker's face. I will turn you into a goddamn Lunchable and then let the fucking dragon in the truck turn you into its new fuck stick. All right? Get the fuck out of the way.
Okay. You know, whatever the gas station special wants, the gas station special gets.
You know what? Slurpee's a Slurpee. And I brought my straw. And he literally pulls out like a 7-Eleven Slurpee straw and just stares at him.
First of all, it's a she. It's Petra.
I am walking up at this point, having heard Carter's dulcet tones.
Yeah, you know Petra, as a bra into tribute, like, will fly off the handle, like, because the breeze changed wind. So you know her tell enough to know that, like, she's an inch away from losing it.
I just very gently put a hand on her shoulder and go, "It's all right, babe. He's a guest."
Well,
I'm a guest. I'm a guest. Oh, how about that? I'm a guest. Fucking goddamn fighting a fucking mountain and shit.
Oh, we do have a dress code, though, so I flip the cap off his head one more time.
Listen, bitch, all right? Get my fucking hat. It's my hat, all right? It says, this is a man not to be fucked with. So why do you keep trying to fuck with me?
Actually, Dipstick, your hat says that you get horny in 2.5 beer. So yes, it's a, "fuck with me" hat. Like literally, it's literally
that-
what's printed. It's literally what's printed on your
Was that
hat.
a joke? Was that a joke?
Kids.
Did you buy
kids.
this without reading the front of it?
Just
Can
for
you
men.
read?
Yeah, I can
Children. My house, my rules. Carter, hat off or no meeting.
read. Well, the meeting ain't here. First off,
I won't go.
well, you gonna take that up with fucking Ligature or whatever the fuck his name is.
Hmm.
And this is so my hat, and it is staying on my motherfucking head.
Fine.
So,
All right, this is between y'all. My name's Paul. And she turns around and she goes back inside.
you know what I find absolutely funny? That the part that I find absolutely funny is you managed to keep the Bruja the same way in the Sabbat that they do in the Camarilla. They're still a bunch of bitches.
What can I say? I have a green thumb. Cultivating all my people. Do you understand? It's a reference. It's like, an analogy. Do you know what that is? Patrick, can you get a dictionary?
You
He
think?
probably thinks that's some kind of porno mag about penises.
You know what? Fair point. Are we ready to go?
Yep. We're ready to go. After you, mademoiselle.
You head on down to the truck.
As he is walking behind Lydia, he is very much doing the whole.
As you approach the truck, you can see that Vorna's trying to keep an eye which side you're going to sit on, Lydia.
I would like to be on the passenger side, and I just offer her my hand so she can do the nail trick on all of them.
She fucking whimpers and goes to town, just lengthening the bones in your fingers to sharp edges under your nails with her tongue.
I give her just a little, under the chin when she's done.
She giggles, and it's the most unsettling thing you've ever heard from her.
I try in all of my, high femme dom fashion to just not, give it away that I want to vomit.
I mean, she'd probably think that was
Right. No, that's exactly why I am trying not to vomit.
Why are you having her do that? Why are you having her do that?
For this, and I give him just a little scratch on the cheek.
That's cute. That's cute. See, I could do that too, though. And his hand extends out, and these fucking visceral claws of bone come out the ends of his fingertips, and he gives her a little cut on her face. I can do the shit too, only I do it naturally. Don't need no plastic surgery to accomplish this goodness.
Yeah, but my manicure's just too good.
Carter, you're the kind of man who cuts his steak with a machete. Sometimes you need a finesse tool for a finesse job.
What about our condition in any way, shape, or form makes you think that finesse is what is needed?
Touche. She sits back.
All right, Miss Fancy Pants, let's go. Time to meet the man in the mask. Oh, by the way, where's fucking Tweedledee and Tweedle fucking Dumb?
I have no idea. I can't find them. They're not answering their phones. They're not at the club.
Can't you just summon them or some shit? Aren't they your bitches?
No, they're their own entities. They just work here. And I'll have you know that Archie is a co-owner. Thank you.
Whatever.
As you drive out to this isolated house on the edges, on the edges of the city. You find yourself arriving at not quite a farmhouse, but certainly like a kind of just this rural small house, big yard behind it. Really no neighbors around anywhere. There's an old Ford pickup truck parked in the driveway. No lights on. Birdsong's like, we're fucking lost. I told you we should have fucking Googled it.
What the fuck is Google?
It's that fucking thing. You punch it into your phone and it tells you where to fucking go.
What?
Like, just never mind. Let's just get this over with. And he gets out of the car.
Yeah, let's fucking go. Because Lord knows we're gonna be sent on another goddamn fucking what's it finds it fucking mission.
You walk towards the house. It's quiet, it's dark, no one around. You get up to the side of the house, the door is ajar. What would you like to do?
I pushed the door in.
Oh, God.
You are inside a very traditional Midwestern family home, rural family home. There's pictures of the family on the wall. There's a kitchen table with a little thing full of apples in it. There's a grandfather clock going. Why is quiet?
Do I smell blood or anything in the air?
Yeah.
Oh. Party happened.
How recent, in terms of the blood, does it smell fresh or does it smell stale?
Less than an hour.
Copy. Keep your wits about you.
Molly Ollie oxen free.
Okay, well, I probably shouldn't have presumed that the phrase keep your wits about you would work on you, but okay.
What do you do?
I just press into the house. Like, Carter is not one to fear the unknown. So he is just very much like the whole, like, fine, be a bitch. And fucking, he just walks in.
You walk in. Do you follow the scent of the blood or where do you go?
He notes where the scent of blood is at, right? But he looks around through the rest of the house. He actually utilizes his protean to give himself eyes of the beast. So his eyes kind of shift into wolf eyes, which allow him to see a bit better in the dark. As he's looking around, making sure, there ain't no pointy-eared, fucked up face looking Nosferatu hiding in a fucking shadow somewhere.
You move into the living room. You encounter two forms lying on the floor in the middle of the living room, kind of neatly stacked, one up next to each other, each one of them with a piece of wood sticking out of their chest.
I am going to activate shadow play and try and hide myself as best I can in this situation.
You fade into the shadows as they envelop you like a cloak.
Do I recognize either one of them?
One of them's a tall, very elegant-looking black man with a long sort of ponytail of dreadlocks. The other one's a young, white female. Looks kind of like a student or something, very kind of bookish and nerdish looking.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Well, are these your fuck sticks?
Yeah, and it looks like they done got fuck sticked.
Yeah, they did. It's
Birdsong comes into the room and goes, I found the family
Oh.
in the bathtub.
Yikes.
All 5 of them.
God damn. Pull-out game must have been weak.
Aren't we supposed to meet someone here?
That's what I thought too, but I'm a little nervous considering our friends are staked on the floor right now.
I mean, maybe he found them, and maybe they didn't want to come because they're being fucking bitches and acting like club owners and dumb shit like that.
That's not quite why we brought them here this way, Mr. Carter.
Oh, God.
I could have, used the backup, you shit fuck, but all right. Then he, turns around. Wow.
You see a man there, a black man dressed in this almost priest-like suit. This long black coat and this very priest-like thing. It goes up to there, and you recognize him as Aster. He is the Cardinal's right-hand man, a Tremere anti-tribute.
What's up, Padre? You here to give us the next part of our mission, should we choose to accept it? Yes, I've seen television.
And why the fuck are they staked on the floor?
Because we felt that they were very unbecoming of the Sabbat, and we wanted to impress upon you the fact that now is the time for perhaps a lot of you to go back to your roots and find what it was that made you in the first place. And the reason, Lydia, that you are not lying with them with a piece of wood in your chest currently is because my investigations into you revealed to me that while you have given into the sedentary lifestyle that has befallen the kindred of Garrison, you yearn for something else, something more. And while I respect that, you have a vision, and I believe you wish to see it enacted. And so I chose to spare you the ignominy of being staked and brought to a meeting and allowed you to come on your own 2 feet.
How kind.
Oh, those who know me will tell you kindness is the least of my qualities, I assure you, but I am fair.
Yeah, and I also understand that you don't really burden yourself with an overabundance of brains, because I was using sarcasm.
You know, Lydia, never underestimate a good time to shut the fuck up.
It's quite all right,
Rich
Mr.
coming
Carter.
from you.
He moves over to the table, and you see there are 4 black candles on the table. And he takes out his hand from his pocket, and he opens his hand, and flame springs forth on the tip of his finger. And your beast is like, holy fuck, fire. And you kind of back off a little bit, but he doesn't seem perturbed by it. And he reaches and he lights all 4 candles, all 4 black candles. Then he closes his hand and the fire goes. And he says, I hope you're ready. He's here. And when he says that, all the shadows in the room start to move, start to converge around you. You see all of them like a ball of giant ball of darkness that's just coming alive. All of these shadows move. Your own shadows move. You see your shadows, you yourself move and start to look at you. And all these shadows start to come together in the center of the room. And they start to coalesce and they start to form a figure standing there. And in a moment, all the lights in the house have gone out. All the light coming in from the windows, the light of the moon has gone out. The only light that's left is the 4 black candles burning at the center of the table. And standing in front of you in his long red garment, which he pulls the cloak back, is Cardinal Santiago. And he says, let's bring about the long night, shall we? And on that note, my friends.
Damn, Bleak. Damn, Bleak.
How y'all doing?
I mean, I'm doing just fucking randy.
Yeah, that was a whole thing.